As a relationship licensed psychotherapist, I see a lot of couples that are unhappy. In fact, nobody goes to therapy because you're happy. You go because you have an issue and you're trying to work on it. The majority of these couples, they have something they need to work on. It may have happened long ago, but they need to unravel it. They need a third party, a professional, to sit down with them and listen to both of them and help guide them out of this mess they've created. There's also a group of people who got married or they got hooked up and they're together, but they shouldn't be. And the reason I say that is because they got together, but they didn't really think about what they were doing, or they came from homes where the concept of love was modeled so incorrectly and sometimes abusively that they carry that with them. And because being treated like crap is familiar, they resort back to that. They see someone who takes advantage of them, is insensitive, or doesn't treat them well, and they remember times in their childhood when they were treated like that, but yet their parents still love them, and so they end up with this person. There's a lot of excuses you can give for staying with someone that doesn't treat you right, and I have listed just a few of them. I'll never find somebody else. You know that's a myth. That is not true. My partner can't survive without me. Or I can't survive without my partner. Or this relationship is as good as it gets. I hear that from so many people who grew up in chaotic and traumatic families. None of these are true. They're old lies we've told ourselves. You can get out of this. You can survive. You don't have to live with someone who treats you badly just because you love them. In fact, if you say the reason I'm with them is because I love them, the concept of love would be doing what was in the other person's best interest. If this person is making you miserable, it is not in their best interest to stay with them, nor is it in yours, because when you get insight and awareness, you'll be able to find love again, but you're going to have to do some work. So I'm going to tell you why you need and how you need to get out of this relationship. First of all, you have to love yourself enough to do it. You have to remind yourself that bad relationships from the past are playing out in this. Bad relationships create harmful patterns in us, and we repeat those patterns. Humans are habitual. We'll go back to an old pattern rather than brave a new way. Love yourself enough to brave the new way. Secondly, instead of putting yourself through more pain, I want you to take the love you feel for this person and give it to yourself. So every investment you make in this person, trying to keep this relationship alive, I want you to do that for you. If you spend money on them, I want you to spend that money on yourself. Get pampered, get a massage, go to the gym, do whatever makes you feel good about you. Stop investing in this person who's hurting you and start reinvesting in you. Thirdly, instead of remaining hopelessly attached to them in an inappropriate or abusive or whatever, harmful relationship you're in, I think it's more important that you reattach to yourself. What happens when we came from a chaotic family is we attach to another person because we feel too fragile. We feel too insecure. We've been told we're insecure. We've been told we're nothing. We're worthless. So of course, when we're in a relationship with that kind of a mindset, we're going to attach to someone else we deem more in control and more powerful. But that doesn't mean because you love him or her and you want to be with that person that you deem as more powerful is going to use that power in your best interest. In fact, usually they do not. And that's why you need to leave this relationship. And lastly, self-love is not a consolation prize. It's what you're supposed to do. You're not winning an award because you finally get to the point of self-love. If you leave this relationship, you're not doing something that is, just crazy selfish or self-centered. You're doing something that is considered the right thing to do. We've been told since we are small children from healthy families that if you want to love another person, you have to love yourself. You can't love yourself if you're constantly being berated, made small, made to feel like you're worthless, like you're a burden. So free yourself because you love yourself. Take time for yourself because you're interesting. Pamper yourself because you're putting so much energy out there to be loved. You need to attract it and draw it back to yourself. And lastly, don't ever use the phrase that I'm staying in this relationship because I love them. Because what you love is the pattern, the kindredness, the familiarity. Anyone who hurts you does not love you. And you need to take that love that you're giving them and put it back on you.